you, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are any journalists present, may I suggest you now turn on your hidden recorders. The practice grew up, I remember, at the university, of respect being given to the traditional owners of a particular place. At graduations, for example, the Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor, and even the occasional speaker, if he or she could be persuaded, would offer their respects to the traditional owners. More recently, I attended the farewell tour of Australia by Dame Edna Everage, which I suspect was the first of many, rather like the late Dame Nellie Melba. And before, or as she was being introduced, the announcement came over the loudspeakers in the Capitol Theatre in Sydney, and before we hear from Dame Edna, we should pay our respects to the traditional owners of this place, the Reinhardt family. I'm not going to do that. But the subject of my address is number 1 Piccaninny Belong Mrs. Quinn. That's how the subject of this address described himself on the 5th of November in Port Moresby. Number 1 Piccaninny Belong Mrs. Quinn. I'm sure you will understand. AKA, as the police say, otherwise known as the Prince Charles, Philip, Arthur George, Prince of Wales and Earl of Chester, Duke of Cornwall, Duke of Rothesay, Earl of Carrick, Baron of Renfrew, Lord of the Isles, Prince and Great Steward of Scotland, Royal Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, Royal Knight Companion of the Most Ancient and Noble Order of the Thistle, and among other orders, Knight of the Order of Australia and Aide-de-camp to the Queen. My address is divided into 3 parts. Who is Prince Charles? Secondly, how important is he to the governance of the Commonwealth of Australia and indeed other realms? And thirdly, will he succeed the Queen?